The Indiana Fever took care of business versus the Portland Fire. Portland Fire, they fought hard to get back into this game, but the Indiana Fever was just too much. Caitlin Clark with a 26-point triple-double. Yes, that's right. A 26-point triple-double, guys. And also another milestone hit. Are you surprised? You can never be surprised when it comes to Caitlin Clark.
They said she could not handle the pressure of the professional game. They schemed against her every single night. Opposing coaches literally built their entire defensive playbooks, spent hours in the film room, and sacrificed their own offensive flow just to stop one rookie. But guess what? They just got completely and utterly exposed on national television. If you thought the hype train was slowing down, you are dead wrong. Caitlin Clark did not just beat the Portland Fire tonight. She absolutely dismantled them, picked them apart piece by piece, and humiliated them in their own building with a historic, mind-bending triple-double. This unstoppable performance just pushed the Indiana Fever on an unbelievable 5-game winning streak. And the rest of the league is in absolute panic mode right now. But hold on, because if you think Caitlin Clark's undisputed MVP takeover was the craziest part of the night, you are not ready for what happened after the final buzzer. You seriously need to hear what Sophie Cunningham just did. Let us just say she completely broke the spirit of the Portland fans, ruined their entire weekend, and then delivered the most savage, heartwarming, and disrespectful flex of the entire season right in the middle of enemy territory. The league is shaking right now. Sit back, hit that subscribe button, and let us break down exactly how the Indiana Fever just wrecked Portland and ruined their haters' entire season in one single night. Let us get one thing absolutely straight right out of the gate. Caitlin Clark is playing like a human cheat code right now. East mode that does not even begin to cover the level of basketball she is producing. For months, we heard the whispers. We heard the rival coaches giving anonymous quotes. We heard the jealous veterans saying she would need time to adjust. Coaches were out here patting themselves on the back, claiming they had the ultimate blueprint to lock her down. They tried trapping her at half court. They tried full court presses from the opening tip. They tried sending double teams every time she even looked at the basketball. They tried getting overly physical, hoping they could bully her out of her rhythm. And how exactly did Caitlin respond to all of this defensive mastery? By dropping a stat line so utterly disrespectful that it belongs in a museum.
2 steals, a block, and a partridge in a pear tree. Damn. Got to be more careful. Shout out Ben Daniel for the D-Zam. For my use of, I copyrighted the damn on that. Sophie Cunningham, 13 points, 4 of 6, 3 of 5 from three-point range. She continues to burn them down from 3. 3 assists, 2 steals. Kelsey Mitchell, 26, 9 for 21. She started out slow. 4 of 12 from three-point range. Yikes. 2 assists. Let me give a special shout out because her bag is getting deeper and it's getting better offensively. Michaela Timpson, folks. 15.7 of 8 from the field. 3 rebounds, 2 steals. I got to give it up. Michaela Timpson, I hope she continues to get more playing time. Raven Johnson.
The hater coaches who thought they could outsmart her are officially out of ideas. You could physically see the opposing coaching staff throwing their hands up in despair on the sidelines tonight. They threw everything at her, emptied their entire playbook, and she just smiled, stepped back, and hit from the logo. This is not just a hot streak anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a hostile takeover of the entire association. The narrative has completely shifted. Those same coaches who plotted her downfall are now sitting in the locker room staring at the stat sheet wondering if their jobs are even safe. Because when a player comes in and completely neutralizes your entire defensive philosophy without breaking a sweat, the front office starts asking questions. Tonight was an absolute masterclass. It was a triple-double masterpiece that showcased every single facet of her game. We are talking about double-digit points, double-digit rebounds, and double-digit assists, all achieved with a level of effortless swagger that you just cannot teach. She was threading the needle with passes that left the Portland defense looking like they were stuck in slow motion. We are talking about full-court bounce passes, no-look dimes right in the paint, and cross-court lasers that found open shooters before the defense even realized what was happening. Her court vision right now is completely unparalleled.
Now, from what was reported before the game, no flags were allowed in this game. Yet somehow, some way, certain flags made their way in. What a shocker. I'm surprised. Nah, not really. Not really. Sophie Cunningham checks in, gets booed, and then right after getting booed, she goes out and she does this.
Loses the handle right to Sophie Cunningham, who knocks in the three and then lets the crowd hear about it.
The Fever are so dangerous. Spot to make that one, and another sweet spot. Sophie Cunningham from three. You gotta be all
cold-blooded Sophie Cunningham. And then she gets to the free throw line, gets booed again. Sinks the free throw, but then comes back and does this.
And Cunningham picks it off.
To the sound of boos as she's finishing. Keeps it going. Third quarter, comes in and does this.
And when she was not feeding her teammates, she was pulling up from distances that do not even make logical sense. Portland tried to put a hand in her face, but it did not matter at all. She was operating on a completely different frequency. Every time the Fire tried to make a run, every time the crowd tried to get back into the game, Caitlin Clark was there to drive a dagger right through their hearts with a deep three or a jaw-dropping assist. A star is not just born anymore. An MVP is officially here, and she is demanding the crown right this very second. The conversation is over. You cannot look at what she is doing night in and night out, leading this team on a 5-game winning streak, and argue that anyone else is more valuable to their franchise. She has transformed the Indiana Fever from a rebuilding squad into a legitimate championship contender in the absolute blink of an eye.
Show, baby. Caitlin Clark did what she had to do. We're going to get into all the other parts of the game, but we got to get into the Clark show first, man. Look at it. Look at it. Snatch back. Baghdad. Bang. And she was talking stuff. Look how deep she is, God. Look at how deep Caitlin Clark is on these shots. Baghdad. And she was talking that stuff. Caitlin Clark did whatever she wanted to do, get into the lane at will. The refs finally called some fouls. Finally, Caitlin Clark does whatever she wants to do. Sophie, the blonde bomber, knocking down the three. The Indiana Fever were on it tonight. They were on it, man. Indiana Fever did exactly what they needed to do. The Portland Fire, they fought back, but just too much Caitlin Clark. Just too much Caitlin Clark. This girl, she's unstoppable. Getting to the rim, crossing you over. That should have been an and one. That should have been a 4-point play. The refs are absolute trash for not calling that. That should have been a 4-point play. Period. Point blank, period. That's a 4-point play, man. The refs is garbage. Pure garbage. Caitlin Clark, backdoor pass to Kelsey Mitchell.
But while Caitlin Clark was busy breaking records and rewriting the history books, we need to talk about the absolute enforcer of this squad because Sophie Cunningham was out here breaking spirits. If you thought Portland had any hope left, if you thought their fans had any pride remaining, Sophie snatched it right out of their hands and crushed it. She completely and totally owned the arena tonight. From the opening tip, Portland fans were talking trash. They were loud, they were obnoxious, and they thought they could get under the skin of this Fever team. Big mistake. Huge mistake. All they did was wake up a sleeping giant. Sophie Cunningham flipped a switch and turned into an absolute nightmare on the basketball court. We are talking about a two-way clinic of pure aggression and hustle. She was hitting crucial momentum-shifting shots. She was diving on the floor for loose balls. She was locking down Portland's best defensive players and making their lives utterly miserable. And the best part, she was letting the crowd hear about it every single time down the floor. Every made basket, every defensive stop. Sophie was turning right to the front row and letting them know exactly who was running the show. By the time the fourth quarter rolled around, you could hear a pin drop in that arena. The Fire were wrecked on the scoreboard and their fans were completely silenced. The energy was totally drained from the building. Sophie single-handedly took the hostile environment and turned it into her own personal playground. But the absolute craziest moment happened after the final buzzer. What Sophie Cunningham did is exactly why the entire league is terrified of this Indiana Fever squad's energy. The game was over. The destruction was complete. The Portland crowd was quietly heading to the exits in total disbelief. But Sophie was not done. She walked right into enemy territory and spotted a young Indiana Fever fan who had been bravely repping the team all game long in a sea of hostile fans.
But after the game is where where the feels really get to you. It's where it really gets to you. The reaction on this young fan's face when Sophie Cunningham gifted her a game-worn shoe after tonight's win in Portland. You got the mom crying, you got the kid ecstatic. Sophie Cunningham is ecstatic. Again, these people are in the building supporting. I mean, she's wearing a CC22 jersey, supporting Caitlin Clark, supporting the Indiana Fever, supporting Sophie Cunningham, and I'm sure they're hip to what's going on. Hear this person get booed, only to stare adversity dead in the face and knock down shot after shot after shot after shot. Here we go. We got Sophie Cunningham taking a picture of the three of them. Sophie Cunningham taking a selfie. But I think the craziest part of this is not literally the craziest part of this, but this mom's reaction of like, damn. I mean, I understand being emotional, but crying over this.
She took off her game-worn shoes right there on the court and gifted them directly to the young fan. It was incredibly sweet. It made that kid's entire year. But let us be brutally honest for a second. It was also the ultimate, most savage flex imaginable. Imagine coming into someone else's building, destroying their team on the scoreboard, breaking their fan spirit, and then casually handing out souvenirs to your own fans on their home floor. Absolutely savage. The Indiana Fever have won 5 straight games. Caitlin Clark is on an unstoppable triple-double tear, proving every single hater wrong. Sophie Cunningham is owning entire cities and protecting her teammates at all costs. And the coaches who doubted them, they are sitting in the dark trying to figure out how to save their season. The rest of the WNBA needs to wake up right now because this team is on absolute fire and they are taking no prisoners. I need to hear from you guys in the comments right now. Is Caitlin Clark the undisputed MVP after this historic performance? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how savage was Sophie Cunningham for that shoe giveaway flex? Drop your thoughts down below. If you love this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more content, and I will see you in the next one.